Ever wonder why movies feel familiar? The MacGuffin is a powerful narrative tool, a central object or goal characters relentlessly pursue. Its true value or nature often remains vague, primarily acting as a plot catalyst rather than holding inherent significance for viewers. Consider the briefcase in Pulp Fiction or the Ark of the Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Filmmakers never explicitly detail their contents, yet these items drive sagas of chases and betrayals. This mechanic provides a concrete objective for character actions, giving them reasons to travel, fight, and interact, which develops their personalities. A well-executed MacGuffin generates suspense and motivation without bogging down the story with unnecessary exposition. It keeps the focus firmly on the journey and the character's struggles, letting audiences invest in emotional stakes. Chekhov's gun demands every detail presented in a story ultimately serves a purpose. This principle encompasses any seemingly minor object, dialogue, or character trait appearing early in a narrative that later drives the plot's resolution. For instance, the broken teacup in The Sixth Sense subtly hints at supernatural intervention before the big reveal. This trope builds anticipation, rewarding attentive viewers and creating satisfaction when disparate elements coalesce. When creators include a gun but never fire it, audiences feel cheated, seeing it as a wasted opportunity. The principle encourages economic writing, enhancing narrative cohesion and inviting audiences to become active participants. Plot armor gives main characters an invisible, impenetrable shield from fatal dangers, even when logic says they should perish. Heroes can fall from skyscrapers or escape explosions unscathed, while supporting characters succumb to minor injuries. Think of John Wick enduring impossible odds or Indiana Jones escaping death traps. This trope maintains narrative focus on the protagonist and ensures the story reaches its conclusion. Overusing plot armor breaks audience immersion, making stakes feel low and threats hollow, since viewers recognize the invincibility. Good storytelling balances plot armor with vulnerability, making heroes suffer consequences or face believable setbacks to keep audiences invested. Deus Ex Machina, meaning God from the machine, comes from ancient Greek theater where a crane lowered a god actor to resolve impossible conflicts. In modern cinema, it appears as a sudden, unforeshadowed event or character saving the day, often leaving audiences feeling cheated. For instance, the eagles rescue Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, or a convenient item magically solves a complex problem. Storytellers typically see this trope as lazy writing, as it sidesteps characters logically working through predicaments using their own skills. While it offers quick resolution, its impact often diminishes satisfaction from earned victories and undermines narrative logic, giving viewers anticlimax. The Chosen One trope, common in fantasy and sci-fi, features an individual destiny marks for greatness, often against their will. Characters like Luke Skywalker or Harry Potter appear humble, sometimes naive, and a wiser mentor often discovers them. This trope provides an inherent sense of destiny and importance to the protagonist, immediately elevating stakes and giving audiences a clear hero. It often involves ancient prophecies, birthmarks, or unique abilities setting them apart. While it creates compelling character arcs, over-reliance can make the hero's journey feel less earned, suggesting success stems from destiny, not personal effort. When executed well, it taps into a deep human desire for purpose, making their struggle relatable and inspiring. The Manic Pixie Dream Girl, MPDG, archetype primarily serves the male lead's emotional development. She often appears effortlessly whimsical, spontaneous, and uninhibited, injecting color and chaos into the protagonist's drab existence. Consider Summer Finn in 500 Days of Summer or Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim. Versus The World *, vibrant personalities challenging the male hero's worldview. The trope facilitates personal growth in the male character, teaching him to embrace life's unpredictability. However, criticism remains significant. It often reduces female characters to mere plot devices, denying them complex inner lives or motivations. This reinforces stereotypical views of women as catalysts for male self-discovery, though modern cinema now subverts this, giving them more depth. A red herring is a classic suspense and mystery trope, a false trail storytellers deliberately lay to misdirect audiences and maintain narrative tension. The term comes from dragging a strong-smelling smoked fish across a trail to confuse hunting dogs. In films, this could be a suspicious character who later proves innocent, or a seemingly vital piece of evidence turning out irrelevant. Think of numerous suspects in a murder mystery, only for the true killer to be someone unexpected. This mechanic builds complexity and keeps viewers guessing, preventing them from solving the mystery too quickly. When well executed, a red herring enhances the surprise and satisfaction of the eventual reveal. If poorly handled, it feels cheap or frustrating. The Wilhelm Scream is arguably the most iconic stock sound effect in cinematic history, a distinct cry of pain recorded in 1951 for distant drums. Sound designer Ben Burtt gave it legendary status, popularizing it in Star Wars: A New Hope. Since then, it appears in hundreds of films, from Indiana Jones to Toy Story, as sound editors often insert it as an Easter egg. Its mechanism is purely auditory. A brief, piercing shriek signaling a character is shot, fallen, or thrown. The scream holds a significant real-world impact, becoming an enduring inside joke for filmmakers and a fun discovery for keen-eared viewers. While filmmakers often deploy it without deep narrative intent, its consistent presence reinforces a shared cinematic language, creating playful familiarity. The hero's journey, or monomyth, is a fundamental storytelling archetype Joseph Campbell described, outlining a universal structure in countless myths, legends, and films. It follows a predictable, powerful sequence. The hero receives a call to adventure, refuses, meets a mentor, crosses a threshold, faces trials, experiences a supreme ordeal, gains a reward, and returns transformed. Consider Frodo Baggins' quest in The Lord of the Rings or Neo's awakening in The Matrix. This framework provides a deeply satisfying emotional arc for audiences, tapping into primal human experiences of growth, struggle, and transcendence. Its real-world impact proves immense, offering a proven blueprint for crafting compelling narratives that resonate, making complex stories feel familiar and digestible. Filmmakers use this structure because it consistently engages and inspires, connecting viewers to timeless human struggles. The villain monologue is a classic dramatic device where the antagonist, usually at peak power with the hero incapacitated, articulates their master plan, motivations, or twisted worldview. This "why I'm doing this" speech often provides important exposition and insight into the villain's psyche, as seen with the Joker in The Dark Knight or Agent Smith in The Matrix. It heightens dramatic tension, builds villain character depth, and sometimes offers the hero a brief window to escape. Storytellers also frequently parody this trope, as it often feels contrived. Why would the villain waste time gloating instead of eliminating their foe? While effective for exposition, poorly written or excessively long monologues can halt the plot, undermine villain intelligence, and feel like an artificial delay, making audiences roll their eyes. The final girl is a horror genre trope, especially prominent in 1970s and 80s slasher films. She typically acts as the most virtuous, intelligent, and resourceful among her friends, often abstaining from vices like sex or drugs, which filmmakers usually associate with other victims. Characters, like Laurie Strode in Halloween or Sidney Prescott in Scream, epitomize this role. This mechanic allows audiences a singular, relatable point of identification as they witness escalating terror, culminating in her confrontation with the killer. While offering a strong female lead, critics critique this trope for its moralistic undertones, implying pure girls survive while promiscuous ones perish. Modern horror increasingly subverts this, giving final girls more complex backstories and transforming them into active, empowered figures. The big damn heroes trope provides relief and excitement when protagonists face their lowest point, facing imminent defeat, only for unexpected reinforcements or a powerful ally to arrive precisely when needed. Consider Gandalf with the Rohirrim at Helm's Deep in The Lord of the Rings, or Captain America aiding Spider-Man in Civil War. This mechanic builds overwhelming tension and despair, then releases it with a sudden, triumphant intervention. The trope functions by amplifying stakes before the cavalry arrives, making the rescue feel incredibly earned and impactful. It elicits cheers from audiences, validating their investment in the hero's struggle. While critics sometimes call it a Deus Ex Machina, if not properly foreshadowed, when executed well, the big damn hero's arrival reinforces themes of hope, loyalty, and collective strength. And there you have it, a look at some of cinema's most pervasive tropes. From the subtle art of Chekhov's gun to the triumphant arrival of big damn heroes, these narrative tools powerfully shape our viewing experience, sometimes without us even realizing it. They are the secret sauce, the invisible architects behind the stories we love, guiding our emotions and expectations. Understanding them not only enriches your appreciation for filmmaking, but also reveals the patterns of human storytelling that resonate across cultures and generations. What other movie tropes do you love or secretly hate?